Hey, everybody, this is Eric Mitchell, Gold Star Mortgage. I am super excited today. We've got Jack and Alec with HomeBinder, our new latest enterprise integration for our ecosystem. And wow, when you see this, guys, you're just going to be blown away. Jack's got this amazing presentation for us. Jack, the table is yours. Please show us what have we integrated with you? How does this work? How is it valuable to loan officers, consumers, realtors? What do we got going on today?
Thank you, Eric. Really appreciate the time here to talk a little bit about it. I'll give you first my founding story of HomeBinder and just my backstory right now. I'm in my late 40s. I live outside of Boston, Massachusetts with two young boys. And HomeBinder came to be about 10 years ago when I was first shopping for a home after selling my last business. I went into this one open house, and on the kitchen table, there was everything about the home in one big stack of paper. And that idea of continuity of knowledge from one owner to the next really stuck with me. We ended up buying that home, and I still use some information in that stack of papers today, everything down to, honestly, paint colors by room. The idea of HomeBinder is really one centralized place in today's world, the digital world, where everything is centralized for the benefit of the homeowner, but it is powered by businesses like yours. And as we see it, to pull it all together, we have to not only work with the mortgage lending spaces. As you hear about my story, we're working with all the industries supporting home ownership, effectively being at the middle of the ecosystem surrounding homes. And there's been a lot of analogies. You'll hear analogies to describe HomeBinder like Carfax for the home. You'll hear other ones like LinkedIn for the home, all the people connected to the home. You'll hear other examples such as electronic health records for the home or ancestry.com of the home. But at the end, I really feel like HomeBinder is an operating system for the home. It is one place where everything about the home is connected, organized, managed, and stored to the benefit of the current homeowner, the benefit of a future homeowner, and the benefit of all the businesses that are connected to the homeowner during their journey of home ownership. And so this agnostic home management platform, as we view it, can only get into the hands of homeowners through businesses. And so I won't touch on this a lot because we're really focused on the lending markets today. But it is important to note that what we're doing here, we're replicating across the entirety of the ecosystem supporting homeownership, including home inspectors, home service providers, insurance, and mortgage lending. And the integration that I think will be familiar with many of you is Encompass. So what is HomeBinder? Let's take a visual and get it for real. Walking around the dashboard view for a homeowner, we'll start in the top left. There's a place for everything. Everything has a place. Projects, maintenance, home pros, appliances. If there's something about the home, there's a place for it in HomeBinder, down to documents. Down below, a bit of an evergreen to-do list. As their home ownership evolves and changes, this list keeps changing with them, letting them know things that they could be thinking about or wanting to do. In the lower right, we see the network supporting your home ownership. Home ownership isn't supported by just one business, just one market, just one industry. It's supported by lots of industries. And in this particular case, we've built HomeBinder out so that the homeowner is reminded and connected to the folks that are supporting that whole journey of home ownership from before.
So Jack, hold on, man. I got to interrupt because if I'm a loan officer and I'm watching this, first thing I'm asking, how does the system know who the loan officer is, who the realtor is? How does this website know who those people are?
So that is driven through our integrations. So in this particular case, the integration with Encompass makes that happen.
Okay, so I'm a loan officer, right? I'm at Gold Star Mortgage. I close a loan for Sam and Sally Smith, right? Mm-hmm. It closes. Yep. And you're telling me that Encompass automatically kicks over the realtor's information, everybody's information over into HomeBinder, and it automatically sends this out to the homeowner, the new homeowner. Hey, congratulations. Here's all of your information. Here's your appraisal. Here's your title. And it's going to automatically have the realtor's information, the loan officer's information, everything already pre-programmed into their portal.
That's right. I mean, let's look at a real example of one. And we've had the pleasure and opportunity to work with one particular loan officer, Gold Star. And here's an example of binder created through the integration, set up. We go into that binder and we see it branded with the loan officer and branded with the real estate agent. And the first thing up is view your mortgage docs. And so not only are we getting the people connected to the home, but the integration is also driving the mortgage docs. So here's the purchase agreement, the insurance, the appraisal, and any other docs that we can specify to come in all automatically on a daily cycle as loans hit a particular milestone. In this case, funding is the one we typically use.
And so as a loan officer, how much work am I doing to make this happen?
On a day-to-day basis, there is zero work for you to get HomeBinder in the hands of your homeowners. The effort is on the messaging. The most important thing about HomeBinder is letting the home buyer know, the homeowner know, that HomeBinder is coming their way. Your lift is about using the HomeBinder message as part of your pre-sale, sale, and closing phases so that the homeowner knew it was part of what they were getting and is reminded that they're getting it. So when that email comes right after funding, HomeBinder's coming in. I heard about that. I know what it is. I know it's why it's valuable, and I know why I'm going to click on that link.
Love it. Love it. Okay.
That's where the effort is. That's where we spend all of our time. And I think if you kind of take that path a little bit forward, if I can just kind of use that as a jump off point, what I'll go to is this particular slide here, because this is where the lift is. The lift is in just making sure the messaging is happening. And there are two components on the front end. We want to do marketing to the agents that you work with. Agents are an important source of referrals. Agents get HomeBinder. Agents understand it would be valuable. Think about it this way. Back in the 80s and 90s, people were giving out 3-ring binders to help homeowners organize and manage their home.
Right.
Tabs in them, they were organized.
And it's so funny. I'm so old that I was actually one of those loan officers giving those binders out.
It was a good idea then.
Yeah, it was.
It's still a good idea today, but not in that form.
Right.
Today, we have purpose-built software. We have the internet. We have integrations. We got to do it this way, because if you gave somebody a 3-ring binder today, it's probably going to end up in the circular filing cabinet next to your desk. What we want to do is be relevant with today's generation of buyer and take advantage of the technology we have today through integrations, through email, through text messaging, and give them something that is truly purpose-built, better than your Google Drive, better than a thumb drive. Hey, here's all your mortgage docs on a thumb drive or a CD or a DVD or a Google Drive account. No, give them something that's purpose-built where they can start their ownership on the right foot and go forward from there.
And so what else is inside? So if I'm a homeowner, I log in, what else is going on in there that is going to make it sticky, that's going to pull me back in?
So the system is going to do a number of things in terms of giving you a monthly snapshot of your home and things like maintenance reminders. So let's just take a look at that, because that's, I think, one of the key elements of the system that'll come off on a regular periodic basis. It's software. It's about your home. It's an operating system, as I've described it. It should do things like send you a reminder for something that is due. And we're going to co-brand it with not only the loan officer's information, but with the real estate agent's information as well, side by side. This then becomes a drip campaign to keep the loan officer and the agent in front of the homeowner, where it's delivering constant value and not irrelevant things like brownie recipes or other things that a lot of agents get called out for sending to borrowers. I mean, their previous clients, because they don't know what else to send. And here, not only do they not have to come up with content, the content we're sending is specific to that home at that moment in time for that thing at the house.
Yeah, because one of the things I've learned about the marketing is you have to be so valuable that they don't opt out. You don't want them clicking that unsubscribe button.
No.
And so it's got to be relevant and valuable to the end user. And so clearly, what you're sending is directly related to the house that they're living in.
And today's generation of buyers, Alec often says, many of them don't even know, as an example, if they have central air, that there's a filter that they probably need to change.
They don't know. You're right.
They just don't know.
No one's told them.
No one's told them. And as such, they could go years causing them damage to their equipment, poor quality air, higher electricity costs, all in the spirit of something that would have cost $15 at Home Depot. They just weren't aware of. And so this is about educating today's generation of homeowner in a productive way that's not only valuable to them, but valuable to the businesses in the ecosystem that are supporting their ownership. There is no one entity that just supports all of homeownership. There are lots of people, and we're trying to bring them together in one place so that it's to the benefit of the homeowner and these businesses.
So so I'm a homeowner, I get this email.
Yep.
And I hit reply. Where does the email go to if I hit reply to the email?
Well, they would, if they clicked on the link here, it would go to the real estate agent.
Okay. So they would click on the, okay, got it. So they would click on the
reply to the realtor. We're going to help them. They'll ask a question.
Got it.
They'll ask a question. And then periodically, and I think this is an important one, they're going to get monthly summaries for their home that would include things like home value. And I think this is a really important point, Eric, because as we kind of take a walk around the dashboard view of HomeBinder, and here's another binder, we talked about the place for everything. We talked about the to-do list. We talked about the connections of the people that are supporting the homeownership. But here's home value as well. And I know a number of folks on the call are probably very familiar with HomeBot. It's been widely adopted in the industry. And home value is certainly an important thing that people care about. I mean, Zillow didn't become Zillow versus Truly and the other ones by accident, I believe. I believe they really became who they were because they adopted Zestimate. And that became a point of significant curiosity to folks. And it would be weird if the operating system for your home didn't track home value as well. So here's our approach, because we don't view HomeBot and HomeBinder as anything other than complementary. The thing that we do with home value is that we're pulling in some certain details from the Encompass integration, and we're pulling in an AVM on a periodic basis to keep it updated with what market rates are doing. But then we're thinking about adjustments, and we call this adaptive home value. In other words, what has been done or not done in the home? You as a homeowner, if you just did a $50,000 kitchen renovation, you should in some ways be immediately rewarded for it. If you spent $12,000 on central air, you shouldn't just feel like it's a cost out the door. No, you also added value to your home. Now, you're not going to get dollar to dollar for what you spent. I mean, you may in some cases, you may even get more. But these types of things are part of what an operating system for a home should do, whether it's maintenance that's done or undone, appliances that are brand new, and you do get some lift on a home with brand new appliances, or significant improvement projects around the house that will raise the home value. And that's, I think, important for all homeowners. There isn't one homeowner that doesn't care about that.
So I saw, if you scroll up, I saw that you got Mortgage Coach as an integration. Walk us through what that means, because we've got an enterprise agreement also with Mortgage Coach. What does that mean to a loan officer?
So this is an example where the loan officer is a subscriber to Mortgage Coach. And when they put their credentials into HomeBinder as well, what will happen is every binder that's set up under them will have the Mortgage Coach window side by side with home value. So this only appears for people that are using Mortgage Coach and are a subscriber to Mortgage Coach. And the value of it being in HomeBinder is that it's yet another opportunity when the homeowner is exploring their home finances, home value, to think about what they may want to do. And the notification goes right back to the loan officer. And annually, this runs once a year to do it automatically. So the homeowner can push a button and drive the process. The system itself will run it once a year automatically. And
Amazing.
the loan officer can come into the system and push something to the borrower through the system as well. So it's just another way that if you're using various things out there like Mortgage Coach in addition to HomeBinder, they really should be stitched together. And this is idea of collaborative, ecosystem driven. It's not just one person, it's not just one company. If you're using something, it should be another opportunity to engage with it.
Oh, it's amazing. It's great that you've done that integration. And it fits into our culture, because what we're trying to do is make sure that when a realtor refers one of our loan officers a client, what we want to do is keep that client away from Zillow.
Yeah.
Right. And so we want to constantly bring value to that consumer, right? So that the consumer sees no reason to go to Zillow. And so what are we building for our realtors to make sure that that occurs? And so, having HomeBinder is just another piece of that puzzle, which is great. So what else do we need to know here, Jeff?
I think there's three things. So why HomeBinder? So let's go to this slide here, because I think this is this is a good one to really to lean in on for a couple of minutes here. Business priorities. Now, this isn't true for everybody, but most of the mortgage lenders we work with value agent relationships. And the question is, what are you doing today to drive and retain more business from the agents in your networks? What can you do to go talk to them about that's interesting, relevant, and going to make them think more about you the next time a deal comes through than anybody else? Value what you're doing for them and what you're doing for their clients more than anyone else. And HomeBinder is all about that. So when you come on board, we're about giving you videos, PowerPoints, flyers to go and open doors to maybe offices you haven't been into before by using the HomeBinder as a wedge to get in there and say, hey, listen, let me come talk to you about something we're doing that is very interesting, not only to our business and the borrower, but also you. So we want to really leverage that. The second thing is, what are you doing to differentiate from other lenders out there? What are the types of things and services that you can say? Now, as a reminder, HomeBinder is not available to homeowners off the street. They have to go through a business to get it. And this is something that is part of your sales process. You're saying, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, and you're going to get HomeBinder. And you can't get it on your own. We provide it. We set it up for you. We load in your mortgage docs. It'll give you maintenance reminders. You can track everything down to paint colors by room. And the third big thing is post-closing. And so we're asking our lender customers, clients, prospects, what are you doing post-loan closing? What kind of technology are you deploying to help augment your CRM and drive that constant value reminder to the borrower that you're there supporting their homeownership, driving a client for life experience? And oftentimes people struggle with this because there's not a lot to talk about. I mean, other than the obvious, you want to go back, hey, do you want to refinance? We have some great rates, but not everybody's in the journey of thinking about refinancing, but everybody's in the mindset of supporting their home, the single largest asset in their life. When we talk to homeowners, they care about two things: peace of mind and home value. And everything about HomeBinder is really wrapped around those two ideas. I know where everything about my house is. I can have it if I'm at work, if I'm traveling. I have instant access to it. I'm not missing something. I have peace of mind with my home. And number two, how's my home value tracking? And am I doing the right things to help protect my nest egg, both from a maintenance perspective here and now, and ultimately someday when I likely sell the home? Look, the way I view it is we are not so much owners of home as stewards of home. I'm not the first owner of my house. I won't be the last owner of my house. For a period of time, it is a central part of my life, and it's in my best interest to make sure that week to week, month to month, it's in good shape and I'm making my management of it easy. But someday I'm going to want to capitalize on that value. And this is where I'll touch on kind of the end of the cycle here, and then you can just let me know where you want to go from here, Eric. But the idea being, and this is again an agent-centric thing, what else should a home operating system do? It should create the Carfax for the home. It should be able to produce a report that's going to be valuable in the home sale process, whether it's with a buyer, an agent, an appraiser, and that this data can go and live with a new buyer down the road. This is the type of stuff that sellers are willing to provide, buyers would love to get, because every home is different and every home comes with a lot of questions. It does not come with an owner's manual. So if I've never had a sprinkler system before, if I've never had a septic tank before, if I've never had a water softener before, I need some direction. Who do I call? Do I use the green bags or the yellow bags of water softener? What improvements were done? And this is the type of thing that will ultimately help sell a home faster for more money with fewer questions.
Jack, I'm telling you what, man, if I walked in to buy a house and the seller provided this as a, hey, just so you know, if you buy this house, this is the house, I would fall out of my chair. I'd be like, what? Wow. Are you kidding? I've never seen something like that.
So you brought it full circle, Eric, because that's exactly right where my founder story began. My founder story began in walking to an open house and seeing the analog version of this on the kitchen table, the analog version. So I just literally just moved to San Diego. I just built a house, and I swear to goodness, right? I have a huge, deep drawer in our kitchen
with all of the appliance manuals and all the warranties and all the documents and all that, everything. It's a huge, big drawer full of paper that I don't know what to do with. Well, I'm clearly about to be your next customer because that's all got to go away. It's amazing.
Some of my happiest moments as a founder have been when a contractor called me up and said, "Hey, Jack, I know nobody ever knows what shingles are on their roof, but do they happen to know? Because I know we have to put on this little shed roof off back." I was like, "Yeah, I'll tell you in 2 seconds. They're GAF, Mission Brown, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Really?" Those are the types of things that totally simplified my life, ended up with a better outcome, less stress at the end of the day. And while we can't do everything for the homeowner, it is quite clear in 2022, every homeowner should have purpose-built software that isn't a Google Drive folder, that isn't an Excel sheet, but is something that centralizes information and talks to the homeowner and brings the businesses along for the ride, so that you're part of that communication. Coming back to some things that you've talked about before, where you're truly serving the customer, but you're also getting benefit from it. You're supporting their ownership.
Congratulations, man. You've done an amazing job. We're super excited to be able to roll this out to our customers and to support our realtors, to support our partners and to bring this value to the marketplace. Super excited. So I'm a loan officer. I'm watching this. What do I do? What's the action item here?
So the action step here, I'll bring up a contact page because I think, we really, is my understanding, Eric, and clarify it for me if otherwise. Sure. We would really value just doing one-on-ones with folks on your team. So Alec at HomeBinder.com. Alec is on the call as well. I know I haven't let him speak at all, but he's listening in, and he certainly wants to be part of the conversation. My contact information is here as well. If you're so inclined, you can just click and schedule a demo by going to that link, Alec56, or call him directly. And we'd love to do one-on-ones where we walk you through the process of HomeBinder. But more important, if you can just remember a few things here. Number one, what is HomeBinder? It's a centralized operating system for the home that does all of this stuff, from organizing information, pulling together the people, and communicating to the homeowner in the form of, as an example, a maintenance reminder, an appliance recall, whatever it may be. Number two, it's totally automated. Through Encompass, every night, these can just be set up, docs loaded in, branded, and shipped out the door without you doing anything day to day.
And we've already done that with, just so everybody watches, Gold Star's already done that. It's fully automated, plug and play, no work.
All I need is the LOID. So if everybody could just tell us what your LOID is in Encompass, we can just plug it in and it goes.
Beautiful.
And number three, where the effort is with the messaging. Those moments in time that we covered kind of, quickly, but we would spend a lot more time with you on around in the marketing and sales process, and then deep in the loan process and the closing process, what to say, how to say it to maximize the value with prospects, with agents, and ultimately with the borrower as they become truly a client for life in your world.
Very exciting, Jack. Thank you very much for your time. Alec, I know that you'll do a great job with our team. I'm excited to see where this goes. And,
absolutely. It goes without saying, Eric, we are thrilled to be working with Gold Star. We really appreciate the opportunity. We know everybody's business is a little different, so absolutely feel free to reach out. We'll hop on one-on-ones, get your questions answered, and really make sure that this is a custom tailored experience for you all. So thank you for the opportunity, Eric.
Absolutely. And everybody, if you have any questions, you've all got my contact information. Reach out to me anytime. Thanks, guys.
Really appreciate the time.